Real estate agents are a dime a dozen, and depending on how you adjust the Google map, everyone is in the top 1% of something. And we all have a ton of confidence that we are the right person for you. So how do you cut through the BS and find the actual right person to help? Well, stick with me for the next few minutes. Hopefully we can walk away with a helpful framework. Overall, the job of a good buyer's agent is to understand what you're looking for, have a good view into the market for the availability of that thing, and then be able to help you get what you want. You're trusting the person with an important decision in your life, and you're going to be talking to them for 30 minutes to an hour every day for the next part of your life. So you want the right help, not just somebody your brother recommended after meeting at a networking event. Through the 100 or so buyers I've represented, I've come up with a 4-part framework to evaluate whether or not you're making the right choice of agent. You'll want to evaluate agents on how well you vibe, their experience, their ability to understand your needs, and their motivation to hustle on your behalf. Now, on vibes. People hate being sold to, but love shopping with their friends. So who's your friend? Are you attracted to fancy people? Are you more interested in the practical? Are you data-oriented or more qualitative? As a funny aside, I got a new doctor recently, and I was looking for somebody who's basically my dad. My dad is a doctor, but he won't treat family. So that's older, more experience, pretty curmudgeon-y, but always with the patient in mind as the top priority. I just feel better leaving my medical care in that person's hands. Now, the same thing is true for a realtor. Who do you feel best taking advice from? With regards to experience, you don't actually need to find the agent who sells $50 million every year and has a show on Bravo. What you're looking for is someone who in the last few years has put their nose to the grindstone and done enough deals in your area of interest. Now, that area of interest breaks down in a variety of ways. What neighborhoods are you looking at? What type of home are you looking for? If you're looking for a condo, are you looking for small buildings or bigger buildings with amenities? 2 to 3 deals in your interest area should be more than enough to get a person with reasonable aptitude up to speed on how to help. Now, keep in mind though, that as you start to explore the market a bit more, your interests may change. Do you think that person with whom you're working has enough dexterity to be able to make an alternative recommendation based on their understanding of your priorities? That segues beautifully into the next criteria, which is the agent's ability to understand your needs. Now, as is often the case in San Francisco especially, you can't always get what you want. It's true of 85% of clients with whom I've worked that the initial idea shifts a bit throughout the process. You might walk into a purchase process with certain assumptions that don't necessarily stand up once you start peeling back the layers of the onion. For example, is a tenancy in common really that bad of a thing to buy? Or can it be a great substitute for a condo when those are offensively expensive? You're looking for someone who, in my opinion, is constantly checking in with you and asking you questions, positioning 2 criteria against each other just to see how you're feeling about things. My home buyer process is built out as one of elimination. We cast a wide net at the outset, and then we narrow down to the specific thing we're looking for so that we can be ready to pounce in a competitive market. Now, I'm not going to give away the crown jewels in this video, but if you want to find out more, you should reach out so we can chat. That said, your agent should be asking a ton of questions and doing more listening than talking at the front end of your relationship. Now, finally, you need someone who's actually gonna hustle for you. So many times, buyers are persuaded to work with someone who just isn't that motivated. A friend in New York met an agent who was the number 2 to Bravo Realtor, and they were convinced by that person's social media following and the team lead's TV personality that they should give them a go. So what ended up happening? Well, that team was great at marketing themselves, but they didn't have the processes built out to handle the number of clients that were coming in. So my friend eventually found another agent to work with. The signs of hustle are someone who's asking you about next steps and what they can do to get there. They're a little bit pushy, but they know when you need a break and how to back off a bit. It's a tough balancing act, but the agent has to be demonstrating that they want to work with you. Otherwise, what's even the point? So there you have it, the 4 things to look for in a buyer's agent. A vibe match, their expertise in the type of property you're interested in, their ability to understand your needs, and their ability and desire to work for you. As always, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. We definitely have time for you.